takes.
The last 3 meetings between these two, Steve, have gone right down to the wire.
Yeah, I don't think anybody could have foreseen that 8-2 this was going to be happening. It's just, you know, usually Ronnie O'Sullivan from in front is a fantastic front runner and, as I said before, in the nicest possible sense of the word, a great bully at the table. And he usually dominates and gets stronger and feeds off his opponent's weaknesses. But he's unravelled. His cue action certainly has unravelled.
Yeah. I think it's a massive frame for Ronnie O'Sullivan, this one too. If he gets out of this and still 10-7 ahead after the way he's played, you know, he'll be elated, I think, for tomorrow because, you know, he's, as Steve said, he's on the ropes at the moment, even though he's ahead.
Oh, and to add to that stat I just gave you, Kyron won the last meeting between the two at this year's Welsh Open in the semi-finals.
Yeah, I think, you know, this is a different playing field here at the Crucible. Yeah, the crowd are playing their part as well. It's interesting, you know.
Well, that noise, as I say, that will surely boost him.
You know, in a room with no players in, you don't get that feedback. So, you know, that can, I'm not saying it weighs heavy, but it can certainly sort of inspire a player to come back because he can feel the crowd getting excited with a comeback.
What do you make of what you're seeing right now, Ken?
I don't know. It's like he you know, he'd rather this session be over now and get back to his hotel. I think he has to get back and regroup. It's a delicate situation at the moment for him because the opponent is on the up and he's on the down. But a big frame. I mean, he's such a genius. He could turn it around in an instant. And, you know, you'd never discount Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Well, Ronnie O'Sullivan walked out to Rock and Roll Star. But if you're Kyron Wilson, you've got to roll with it.
Very nice, Jason. Are you available all week? Yeah, massive frame coming up, but, well, I think whatever happens in it, Stephen, from 8-2 behind, if you'd have said to Kyron Wilson, you'll only be 10-7, even if he loses this frame, he'd have bitten your hand off. But if he can win it, what a bonus that'd be.
Yeah, he's done more than enough, I think. Tonight, this last frame would be a bonus. He's got himself back into a match that he looked out of. Has to be said, though, with a huge chunk of help from his opponent.
Well, that's why Ronnie dropped his head. There's a gap right through the two reds to the one nearest the pocket.
What?
Thank you very much, Steve. Good pot that.
Yeah, you've got one player who looks focused, looks up for it, looks determined. And you've got one player who looks like he just wants out of there.
Eight. Nine. Sixteen. Seventeen.
So cue ball further away than you would have liked.
23.
As the ball's potted are now equal. These are far from easy, these shots.
He's playing well. He doesn't seem to mind leaving himself in distance. He just, as I say, backs himself to get these shots time and time again.
Yep. Just got into the cue ball too much there. Missed the intended contact on the pink. Swerve now, just as it was about to make contact.
Karen Wilson, 29.
Yeah, good safety from Ronnie, that cue ball. And there's the famous silver lady, a wonderful trophy. That's the prize at the end of tomorrow's final. Which name will we be writing on it? Well, that red that was going closest to the hole managed to pull up. Now, if Ronnie takes this on, that's a big shot, and I can't see him doing it. No. Definitely a refusal. Oh, and what a flick that is. He gets, oh, he's had the ultimate. He's had a flick off the red and a lovely kiss on the brown. What a sickener for him.
Yeah, the last frame that he lost was he went into the bunch of reds and the red went in the corner pocket. It's maybe dealt another blow due to bad fortune.
Five.
Horrible.
6.
Yeah, absolutely nothing you can do about that. Just one of the cruel fates of the game, I'm afraid.
Thirteen.
Can Ronnie find that bit of concentration that's been lacking?
Nineteen. 20. 26.
Not the easiest selection of reds here.
27.
All lined up, covering each other into the pocket, so you'll have to figure it out.
$33. $34.
And that one removed and turned, makes the red that's next to the black potable.
$40.
Wow. You can't believe how big a kick that was. Okay, maybe luck evens itself out. You got a fluke to get in there, but wow, this is just horrendous, the path that this red took.
I mean, this is just completely gone the wrong way.
One.
He's just amazing.
Eight. Nine.
Yeah, I think it's a case for both players. So have a good night's sleep and come back tomorrow refreshed and everything to play for. Oh, was that just wobbles in?
15.
Didn't pop that great either. There's the pink going in. It does have a wobble before it disappeared. Yeah, the last shot wasn't particularly good.
Did okay to get there, but it needs to be high in this black, so he can't just drop this red in dead weight. It's got to get a little bit stun, and that means you just got to nip the cue ball, especially if the cushions are playing fast. If he's going to play for the black to right corner, he's really got to nip the cue ball nicely here. This isn't an easy shot, and concentrate in the pot at the same time.
Well played.
Yeah, excellent. It's one of the best shots he's played tonight, believe it or not. That was quality.
24.
Had to be positive through the cue ball there. Beautiful shot.
Yes, and he's probably one very big shot away from what we term a right result. Gets out of this 9-8. Thinks he's won the pools.
31.
Well, this is the one that's important, you would think.
Karen Wilson, 31.
That was the one. That's the type of shot that doesn't make you sleep very well.
It wasn't easy because he had to play at pace to get it out, but the way he played the break up to there, I didn't expect him to miss it. Similar kind of shot Ronnie's got here. Just got a little bit of stun on the cue ball. He may decide to bring the cue ball back up the table for pink or blue. Yeah, just played for the black, but he didn't get into the cue ball in the same way Karen Wilson did. Black isn't easy, but automatic position on the yellow should he get it.
Yeah, plays this properly, you'd think it would be 10-7. There. And something he's done thousands upon thousands of times before. The colours off the spot. We'll see him with a 3-frame lead
10.
going into tomorrow's final day.
$13. $17.
So just blue and pink. There'll be 3 frames clear
22.
after day 1. It's there.
Okay.
And you'll be delighted with that. Ronnie O'Sullivan. The boys touch elbows. The Rocket takes a 10-7 lead, and you can see he'll be delighted with that when he gets back to the hotel. And as for Kynan, well, he was 8-2 down. He'll have taken 10-7 from there. So something for both boys. Interesting first day's play. We'll see you tomorrow. Don't miss it. 10-7 O'Sullivan.
John Parrott, Stephen Hendry, brilliant stuff. Thank you very much indeed. First of all, just want to say this, what a difference a crowd makes as well. Isn't it lovely to hear the crowd there as the players walk off as well? But what do you read into that session we've just had, Ken?
He won the session, and all the great work that he did in that session was almost undone by that miss. A red that you wouldn't have expected him to miss, but what a turning point this may prove to be in the whole match. That was to go 9-8, basically. It's thrown the frame to Ronnie. He duly held his nerve, he held his bottle, because even that last black to yellow was a fantastic shot. Didn't look much, but he would have been under a lot of pressure there. He held his bottle well, O'Sullivan. He'll be over the moon to be 10-7, even though he lost the session.
We've had lots of drama with that pocket, haven't we, tonight?
Yeah, and I tell you what, I mean, the pictures of Ronnie walking off, just sort of wiping his brow. He'd been through the mill a bit out there. You know, it's all very well to think that all comes easy to Ronnie O'Sullivan. Yeah, sometimes he makes his cue do the talking, but he had to sit and suffer for a long period of time while he went off the boil and his opponent started to get his tail up and come back. Fascinating session. Don't think anybody could have predicted how it was going to end up. Kyran, not necessarily kicking himself. It wasn't easy, that last red, but I thought he was going to get it. Yeah. All in all, an interesting setup, but Kyran's got to come out again, generate some more action in the morning.
Absolutely right. We'll be on air 1:30. Don't miss it with us tomorrow. Right then, Ken Doherty has been starring in a brand new movie. 2 of his favourite films are The Godfather 2 and Goodfellas. Good choice, Ken. Fantastic choice. He's been starring in a new movie. It's called Break. Here's a taster.